to make changes.
Visible location.
Welcome to Green Monday. I'm your host, Barb Allard. Green Monday is a weekly exploration by regional and independent producers on the most burning issue of our day. Every week we will seek to answer the question, what are Canadians doing to evolve from where we are today into our diversified, renewable, and sustainable new energy future?
Perfect. She even turned her head away from me.
I am an Alberta energy saver. I am constantly following my roommate around our house and turning off lights and equipment and things after he's done using them. I've always kind of been funny that way, and I'm really careful about water wastage.
Why Green Mondays? Well, it's not just about learning about environmental solutions. It's about beginning to implement them, even in a small way in our own life.
When I think about the future, I think that with the rising cost of gas and the expensive cars and the resource consumption that the world is sort of reaching a crisis with, we really need to consider how we're going to get to the bakery, to get to our work, to get to our school, to get anywhere. And I think you can do that by the bicycle.
Carly Coleman, through her dedicated work with the Edmonton Bicycle Commuter Society, has been supporting and celebrating people-powered transportation for over 15 years.
It's very, very empowering to know how to change your tire, to fix your bike, and you can do it all here. Be it one with the rain and the snow and the sun, it's a fabulous way of getting around as long as you're dressed for it.
This Eco-Action Hero has been brought to you by the Edmonton Bicycle Commuter Society. Mark your calendars, June is Bike Month. Visit bikeology.ca for all the events.
My main issue is that this is an international thing. It's not something that's going to be solved regionally or locally, even though some people believe it can be. It's something that requires international cooperation, not just somebody in Alberta saying this is what needs to be done.
In this next segment called In the Green, we meet business people who are able to marry their environmental and social aspirations with a successful business model.
My name is Richard Hager, and I own a business called Future Fireplaces and Stoves, dedicated to environmentally friendly heating products. The reason that we started the store was to sell a product called a pellet stove, which burns a waste product from the mills. We're strictly dealing with people that are more in tune with keeping a high efficiency stove that has less emissions, has longer burn times, uses less wood, and does a better job of heating the house. We've been doing it for 12 years. I mean, our customers think like us, so that they're willing to sacrifice a few dollars in the short term as an investment in their house rather than just to decorate their house.
Made-in-Alberta New Energy Stories is my flagship program. For 3 years now, I've been celebrating with my fellow Albertans our initiatives and our achievements in building the new energy future. This week, we bring you Solar Showcase. Welcome to Made-in-Alberta. In our chapter called Solar in the City, we explored the inner workings of a grid-connected solar electric system, defined net metering, and began an investigation into distributed generation and the potential to enhance our total electricity supply. Well, a lot has happened on planet Earth in the 2.5 years since we began this investigation. The sun is now rising all over the world on a diversified, renewable energy future. And it's coming soon to an Alberta town near you.
I welcome you here today for the official launch of the Alberta Solar Municipal Showcase.
We're part of the Alberta Solar Municipal Showcase, and we are the second community out of 20 that will be installing a 1 kilowatt photovoltaic, or PV system as it's called, and it will be installed on our recreation facility, which is the Jasper Activity Centre.
It's a fairly visible location, and it also has a very good sun resource. There's no shading, there's no obstruction for the solar modules. It's going to be able to produce its peak amount of electricity.
This program is not intended to produce a huge amount of power for Alberta. This program is intended so that municipalities, inspectors, everybody who's involved in approvals of solar energy will be educated about the potential for it, how we can streamline the process, and how in the future, as solar becomes more and more affordable and energy prices continue to rise, it becomes a viable option for everybody.
We have a fixed capacity of energy, and we have a growing tourist population. More people means more power usage. So, you know, you can look at this in two ways. You can say that we're really just educating locals about it, or you can look at it from the perspective that we are educating the world, because really we are. We have over 2 million visitors a year.
There's countries like Germany and Japan that have been using this type of electricity for several years. NASA uses solar power on all their satellites that are put into space.
It is a known fact that the technology is good and proven and it works, and the only real problem, the limiting factor, is the cost. But I think people are really open to it, and I think with the rising cost of energy, they're looking for solutions. They're looking for, you know, what can they do to save money mostly. But people really inherently want to do things that are good for the environment, so I think that that's just kind of part and parcel how the package looks. And the payback is getting smaller and smaller, which is great.
We recognize that solar energy is part of the solution for climate change. It's part of the solution to Alberta's energy mix.
It's a good source of clean, reliable electricity, and used on a large scale, it will really reduce our dependence on fossil fuels.
I just like to get wind and geothermal and as much solar as we can here in town.
Join us again as we further document Alberta's transition to a solar society. To help you think globally while acting locally, here's our international update.
International Update with Barb Allard.
We take you now to Germany, where they're using solar and renewable energies to revitalize their economy and create energy systems that will be secure and renewable indefinitely. A keystone of their solar energy program is a feed-in tariff that pays homeowners 4 or 6 times as much for the green solar energy that they supply to the electricity grid. This has been so wildly successful, Germany now has over 300,000 homes with rooftop solar electric systems.
For more, visit Made-in-Alberta.ca.
Thanks for watching Green Monday. I hope you enjoyed it and got a lot out of it. Join me again next week for more of this kind of programming. But for now, the last word is yours.
One of my favorite ways and entertaining ways to save energy is to ride my longboard.
Okay, and you take off in the sunset.
Thanks, Patricia.